GCSE Maths Paper 2 Complete Revision, 5-mark questions. Work out the value of x. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Let's label everything we know so far. Adjacent is always next to the angle. Hypotenuse is the longest side. And opposite is opposite the angle. So normally for right angle triangle, there are 2 methods, Pythagoras and trigonometry. Pythagoras cannot be applied because we need at least 2 known sides. So for this question, trigonometry can be solved. SOHCAHTOA. Now, let's work out which method can be used to solve this problem. We already know the hypotenuse. Adjacent is the side that we need to work out. And also, we know the angle is 53 degrees. So we can eliminate sine rule. So we can also eliminate tan. So the best method, cos. Cos is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Do we know the cos angle? Yes. Cos 53 is equal to x divided by 14.5. To work out x, you need to do cos 53 multiplied by 14.5 to get rid of the fraction. So x equals 14.5 times cos 53. In your calculator, this will equal to 8.72631785357. But the question is asking give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So 6 determines whether we need to round our answer up or down. Because it's greater than 5, it means the final answer will be 8.73 to 3 significant figures. Here is a right angle triangle. The shape below is made from 2 of these triangles. Work out the perimeter of the shape. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So we know that the shape is made from 2 of these triangles, which are identical. Notice that the height for both of the triangles are exactly 8 millimeters. Now the question is asking to work out the perimeter of the shaded shape. So let's label everything we know so far. So if the bottom triangle, the base is 10 millimeters, the top triangle, A is also equal to 10 millimeters. This red line is the length that we need to work out. But the only way to work this out is to first work out the hypotenuse. Now, because this is perimeter of the shaded shape, it's only involving around the particular shape. So we know this is 10, 8, 8. Now we need to work out the hypotenuse. So to work out hypotenuse, we use Pythagoras' theorem because it involves 3 sides. Given that we already know 2 sides, we can work out the missing side. So c is equal to square root of a squared plus b squared. So c is equal to the square root of 10 squared plus 8 squared. So the hypotenuse is equal to 2 root 41 or 12.8. My advice would be to keep the hypotenuse as 2 root 41. The reason for that is I don't want it to affect your final answer. So make sure you leave it full. The only time you round up or round down the answer is if you fully got the final answer for the particular question. But for this particular case, just focus on keeping it as it is, 2 root 41. You could use 12.8, it's up to you, but the safest option would be to stick with 2 root 41. Okay, now the full hypotenuse is equal to 2 root 41. Now we can easily work out the red line. Given that the A is equal to 10 millimeters, so the hypotenuse is 12.8, 2 root 41, we can work out the red line. So 2 root 41 minus 10, This is equal to minus 10 plus 2 root 41, or 2.8. So that's the red line, so the missing length. So now we have labeled 2.8. Now all you need to do is just add them together. So minus 10 plus 2 root 41 plus 2 root 41 plus 10 plus 8 plus 8. In your calculator, this will give you 16 plus 4 root 41. Now, if you click the SD button in your calculator, this will equal to 41.61249,695. Now, the question's asking to round your answer to three significant figures. One determines whether we need to round up or round down. So the answer's been rounded down to 41.6 to three significant figures. Shape S is 1/4 of a solid sphere center O. The volume of S is 576 pi centimeter cube. Find the surface area of S. Give your answer correct to three significant figures. You must show you're working. 5 marks. So for this question, lots of students, when they see 5-mark question, they skip it immediately. That's a big mistake. Solving this question fully correctly will help you gain 5 marks, which will make a huge difference for your exam. Now, why are the two formulas given to us in a box? They are given for a reason. It's to help us make our calculations a lot easier. We also know that the volume of S is 576 pi and shape S is 1/4 of a solid sphere. The question says find the surface area of S and the answer needs to be three significant figures. Now, how do we approach this question? Okay, the question says surface area of S. Normally, surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. Do we know the radius? No, we don't. That's a big problem. But we do have a little help from volume of sphere. Volume of S is 576 pi. So we can use the formula volume of sphere, given that the value is already 576 pi, make it equal to 4 out of 3 pi r cube and multiply by 1/4 because shape S is 1/4 of a solid sphere. So let's underline the important information. Volume of S is 576 pi. The surface area of S is what we need to work out. And also the answer needs to be three significant figures. So let's start with volume of sphere. 576 pi is equal to 4 out of 3 pi r cube multiplied by 1/4. Now, simplify the right side of the equation. 4 out of 3 pi multiplied by 1/4. In your calculator, this will simplify to 1/3 pi. So 576 pi is equal to 1/3 pi r cube. Now we need to make radius the subject. So r cube is equal to 576 pi divided by 1/3 pi. Now the pi's cancel out. In your calculator, when you put 576 pi divided by 1/3 pi, r cube is equal to 1728. However, we need it in radius, not r cube. So the opposite of cube is cube root. So we cube root both sides of the equation. So the 3's on the left side of the equation cancel out. So we're just left with radius. Now cube root of 1728 in your calculator will give you 12. So the radius has been solved. Now we can work out the surface area of a sphere. But we need to ask ourselves a very important question. What are we finding? We are finding surface area. Now, surface area of this particular shape is composed of area of two faces that have two semicircles and an area of curved face. We need to work out for each one. Surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. That's the formula already been given to us. Also, we know that shape S is 1/4 of a solid sphere. So, a quarter multiplied by 4 pi r squared plus the area of semicircle. Remember, area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. Semicircle is half of a circle. So, pi r squared divided by 2. Because there are two semicircles in shape S, we do pi r squared divided by 2 plus pi r squared divided by 2. Fun fact, if you combine two semicircles, it forms one full circle. Now the 4's cancel out, so we're left with pi r squared plus 2 lots of pi r squared divided by 2. Now the 2's cancel out. As mentioned earlier, if you combine two semicircles, it forms one full circle. So surface area is equal to pi r squared plus pi r squared. That's 2 lots of pi r squared. So 2 pi r squared. Do we know the radius? Absolutely. The radius is 12. So just plug it into the formula. Surface area is equal to 2 times pi times 12 squared. This is equal to 288 pi. How did you get that? Remember, 12 squared is equal to 144. 144 times 2 is 288. 288 times pi, 288 pi. Now, in your calculator, this will give you 904.778684,234. The question's asking for 3 second figures. Now, 7 determines whether we need to round up or round down. Because 7 is greater than 5, it means we round up to 905 centimeters squared to 3 significant figures. And that is your 5 marks secured for this question.